Dr. Dre, the hip hop guru, has a knack for spotting rising stars in the music world. Let's take a humorous ride through some of the epic talents he's unheard. First of all, we got Snoop Dogg, aka Calvin Cosmo Broadus Jr. Dr. Dre stumbled upon Snoop's mixtape and was like, whoa, dog. This guy's got some serious rhymes, so he invited Snoop to audition, and boom. The world got blessed with Doggy Style, a legendary album that left everyone howling for more. Next, Eminem or Marshall Mathers III. Dr. Dre got surprise package in the mail, and it wasn't cookies. It was Eminem's Infinite album. Together, they cooked up a Slim Shady LP, and the Grammys couldn't resist showering it with love. Then comes 50 Cent, aka Curtis James Jackson III. Dr. Dre heard his tunes and thought, this guy's worth $1 million, or $1 million record deal. So he signed 50 Cent, and guess what? Get Rich or Die Trying was exactly what happened. It sold like hotcakes and made 50 Cent a hip-hop tycoon. The Game, aka Deshaun Terrell Taylor, owes his big break to his better half, Big Face 100, who hooked him up with Dr. Dre. Listened to the Game's track and was like, game on, my dude. Let's make some history. The result, they made the documentary. They took the hip-hop world by storm and scored major points in both sales and critic reviews. Last but not least, Kendrick Lamar, who's one of my favorite of all time. When Dre heard Kendrick's mixtape, he probably thought, is this guy real? Yeah, he was definitely real, right? Dr. Dre immediately added Kendrick to his Aftermath entertainment team, and together they cooked up a critically acclaimed Good Kid, Mad City album. It's no surprise that Kendrick got a Grammy, sitting on a shelf right now. But there's someone else who's supposed to be the next big thing under Dr. Dre's wing. Somehow it didn't really go as planned, and his name was John Connor. So let's take a dive into what actually happened to John Connor. Meet John Connor Jr., the Flintborn music mastermind, born on April 13th, 1985, to Melly and John Connor Sr. The guy had the music in his genes. You see, his old man went from rocking out to preaching a good word, leaving a heavily impact on young John's musical taste. Forget lullabies, this dude was vibing the sounds of local acts like Top Authority, Dayton Family, and MC Breed. Not your typical childhood soundtrack, but hey, it shaped his musical DNA. After surviving high school, Flint Powers Catholic, John Connor Jr. was ready to take on the world, and boy did he make an entrance. Picture this, a 10-year-old John strutting around, pen in hand. Yeah, that's when his songwriting journey really began, when most kids were busy trying to master the art of the multiplication timetables, but John wasn't just about the words on paper. He had some serious spirit. In middle school, he became a hip-hop hustler of the century, selling his own mixtape straight out of his backpack. If you wanted some fire, all he had to do was approach John and his mobile mixtape, which conveniently operated out of the trunk of his mother's car. At the tender age of 14, John unleashed his inner mogul and found his own record label, All Variety Music, with his mama cheering him on. John was ready to conquer the world, one independent release at a time. By the time John hit 16, he had transformed his neighborhood into a museum. And how, you ask? Well, this young go-getter hustled odd jobs like a boss to earn enough cash to create his very own house studio. Of 2011, he dropped a bombshell collaboration album called Salvation. And who did he team up with? None other than legendary producer Rob Reeve, who worked with heavy hitters like 50 Cent and Bad Meets Evil. The album received rave reviews from music critics who couldn't help but shower it with praise. Hip Hop DX Will and Me Ketchum III said Salvation's like a breath of fresh air in the hip-hop world filled with fakeness. John Connor's hunger and talent are undeniable. He's got what it takes to live up to the fictional namesake. In 2011, John was in talks to sign with Def Jam Records, but at least the deal didn't end up falling through. Don't worry though, because the guy isn't one to dwell on setbacks. December 12, 2011, he hit us with his 5th mixtape, a sequel to Drawn as Vinny Chase, Season 1, and featured guest appearances from GLC and Freeway. It was a mixtape madness that had fans rushing to hit the download button. In fact, it racked up a whopping 130k downloads on Bandcamp in just 3 months. On February 14, 2012, John dropped the Blue Album, a mixtape where he spit fire over various Jay-Z instrumentals, the Blueprint Trilogy. Get it? It's like a play on words referencing this crew called Blue City Club. He had his crewmates Mickey Wallace, Cal Swift, Brandon Bars, Liam Mack, and D. Wayne join the fun. This guy is so quick, he wrote the whole mixtape in just 4 days. XXL's Adam Fisher praised his clever lyricism and fresh energy, making each song a delightful surprise. Then on April 13th, 2012, John hit us with the People's Rapper LP. the second installment in the Best in the World mixtape series. This time it dominated classic Eminem instrumentals like a champ. The mixtape was executive produced, hosted by Don Cannon, with the Blue City Club crew making appearances as well. People's Rapper LP received raving reviews, with Hip Hop DX dubbing it EP worthy. On July 26, 2012, John unleashed While You Were Sleeping, his 8th mixtape. This one had some heavy hitters, as guest features included Bun B, Mr. Fab, GLC, Kid Ink, and Killer Kyleen. But here's the twist: unlike his previous mixtapes, this one showed all original instrumentals, produced by John and his production team, the world's greatest music. He delved deep into the introspection of this one, and Edwin Owens of Hip Hop DX couldn't help but give it a pretty glowing review. In early 2013, John embarked on several projects, including his debut studio album Unconscious State, the collaboration album Unsung Heroes LP with the rapper Chris Webby, second studio album and a collaboration album with Ski Beats. Unconscious State was released on July 2nd, 2013, featuring guest appearances from artists like Danny Brown, Chris Webby, Freddie Gibbs, Royce da 5'9", Talib Kweli, and Smoke DZA. The album received positive reception and reached number 35 in the Billboard Hot 100. On July 20th, 2013, it was announced that John Connor had been working with Dr. Dre in the studio. Chemistry between them led to Connor signing with Dr. Dre's record label, Aftermath Entertainment, distributed by Interscope Records. He made the announcement during a freestyle of the 2013 BET Hip Hop Awards, earning praise for his performance. In 2014, Connor released a surprise mixtape, The Lead Registration, of a college dropout who had a dark, twisted fantasy of 808s and heartbreak, which received positive reviews from the critics, which is him pretty much just rapping over Kanye West classic songs. He also dropped another mixtape titled Best in the World, a tribute to the Notorious B.I.G. Volume 1, where he rapped over beats from Biggie's songs. Connor was chosen to be part of the 2014 XXL freshman class. In January 2016, he released a song highlighting the Flint water crisis with Keke Palmer. By May 2019, Connor revealed that he parted ways with Aftermath, Interscope, and planned to release new music independently in the near future. And he has such a high future, he was on pace to be like a humongous artist. It's just like, he just didn't drop, and he was supposed to be that next superstar, the next Kendrick, the next 50 Cent, the next Game. And I remember listening to so many of his mixtapes during his XXL freestyle. He was in the XXL freshman class mixtape as well, and he just somehow screwed it up, man. Like, he was supposed to be it. Like, it was like him and Sci-Hi the Prince were kind of like neck and neck, about to be the next big thing, the next big Kendrick Lamar. So it's a little bit of an L from him, in my opinion.